Hi, and welcome back to another, video blog. This time I want to talk a little bit about what positive psychology is and probably what I think one of the best techniques to make a positive thought stick in your mind. I suppose when we start thinking, initially when I came across positive psychology, I thought it was all about positive thinking, that the more positive thoughts I could have, the better I would feel and the better my life would be. And this is certainly true to a lot of extent, but positive thoughts isn't everything that positive psychology is. There's a lot more to it, and the more you practice it, the more you read, the more you'll find out. But I suppose positive thinking is a perfect starting point. I remember, when I started my recovery, positive thoughts through gratitude, etc., really did help me and really worked a lot. But I remember maybe around 8 months in, and this was kind of ongoing, but particularly 8 months in, I had a real struggle to get myself to think positive. I was thinking the thoughts, I was saying them in my mind, but they were having no impact whatsoever. None of them were sticking, and this kind of confused me, baffled me, and could have easily put me off, and for me to think that this just doesn't work. But thankfully I was moving along. I had understood the benefits of positive psychology. I'd seen a lot of the results, so I was happy to go on. But it really got me thinking about, okay, what is going on in my mind, and why are these thoughts not working now, and what techniques are there to make sure that they do stick. I suppose for a lot of people, especially with affirmations, etc., when you try to think them and you try to be positive, they can be met with a lot of resistance, as in, I think I'm so happy now, and your mind will go, yeah, right, you're not. Who are you trying to kid? And then you go, no, but I am happy. And this thought goes, yeah. And it's this battle. And obviously when it comes to these battles, the negative thought is always going to win. I suppose I would look at I suppose anybody who's watching this, anybody who has depression or anxiety, really are coming from a point of an overworked mind, and that is where the problem lies. That is why these positive thoughts are not making the impact that they could. I suppose I'd compare the mind to a busy motorway. A motorway that every car and truck or whatever on it represents a thought, and obviously this can create a lot of impact. As anybody knows, a busy motorway isn't the nicest place to be on. So imagine now you have a little car, and that's your positive thought. You're off the motorway, but you want to get onto it. But the motorway is so busy that there's very, very little space to maneuver and get in. And then even when you do get in, you're kind of just stuck to go at the same speed of the other traffic. You have very little freedom to move around, and as in that thought would have very, very little impact. The only way you can get into this overworked mind is by really getting the car to such a speed that you're going at the same place that you can kind of force yourself in, hope that another car will give you a little bit of leeway and you can just push yourself in. And as I said, then you're just another number in that multitude of thoughts. And this is what the majority of us try. You try and force a thought in, and you may get it in, it may work for a little bit, but then soon it becomes swamped and gets lost amongst all the other thoughts. And I suppose, the busy motorway is a representation of an anxious and overworked mind, a mind that is so flooded with thoughts that to try and get one positive thought in and for it to make an impact, it can be quite tough. You need to build it up so much, get so much emotional connection to it, that it can somehow bully all the other thoughts out and become the number one. And this does work, it definitely does work, but it's very, very hard to keep it up. It's very hard to get yourself so emotionally charged every time you want to think a positive thought. So again, going back to the motorway, what would be the easiest way to get that car onto that road? And you have to think a little bit outside the box here. The easiest way would be if half the traffic was taken away. If that motorway was really, really calm, if there was just one or two cars coming along every minute, that your car could just coast in at whatever speed you wanted. You could speed up, slow down, whatever you needed, and you could just choose your lane. You could have the freedom to just go and use this motorway. Again, with a positive thought, that's what we want. We want to get into the mind, that thought to get into our mindset and be able to have this freedom to just go and be itself and grow and really make the impact that it can. So to do that, we need to obviously try and get rid of all the other thoughts. So like a calm motorway, I think a calm mind is the best way, and ultimately meditation is a fantastic way of doing that. I think a lot of people try meditation and think it doesn't work. It does take a bit of practice, but the more you practice, the calmer your mind will become. And once your mind is calm, then all of a sudden thinking a positive thought, you go, yeah, okay, it just seeps in nice and easy and doesn't feel like a foreigner amongst all these negative thoughts. I practice transcendental meditation, which I find very useful, and I'll be honest, I have gone through phases of it. There have been months where I'll kind of forget about it, but I'm not going to try and show you how to meditate, because I would never consider myself an expert. But below I'm going to share a few links. I suppose a little story. I remember once, it was maybe 2 or 3 years into trying to get better, and I woke up one morning, I was just feeling extremely anxious for no reason whatsoever. And I tried to think positive thoughts, I tried to do things, I tried gratitude, I tried whatever, and it just was making no impact. So I decided I'd just go out for a walk. I was living in Dublin city centre at the time. Just go out for a walk and hope that fresh air and just seeing people or whatever would calm my mind down. And I remember walking down Grafton Street, which is one of the main shopping streets in Dublin, and coming across a really good friend of mine, somebody I'd chatted to numerous times and I've always gone on really well with. And I just felt really, really anxious. We chatted for around 5 minutes, but I was thinking, I need to get away from this, I need to move on, and for no reason whatsoever. And that really upset me, because usually sometimes when you talk to somebody else, your mind will switch back to a more positive frame, but this time there was just none of that. So I remember going back to my house and thinking, I need to do something, because I was going to a gig with friends later that evening, and I knew if I felt like this, I just wouldn't enjoy it, be whatever. And I was thinking about, what should I do? And that was the time I thought, okay, meditation, maybe I'll do. So quick, opened my laptop, Googled something, and came across this website called fragrantheart.com. And on it had just a lot of free guided meditations. So I put one on, put in my headphones, lay on my bed, and I think it was around an 18-minute meditation. And just listened to it. I didn't do anything else. I just listened to the voice, I listened to the music, and just at times I kind of wasn't even listening to it, if that makes sense. It had to calm me down. And after 18 minutes, turned off, got up, and my anxiety, the anxious thoughts that had been bombarding me all day, had just disappeared. And I found this really, really miraculous. I went to the gig, and yeah, I just felt really, really happy. I felt really sociable as well, something that I definitely did not feel that morning. And that was when really the power of meditation, even though I kind of knew about before that, that was the real moment where I thought, okay, meditation is good. And then I went, did the transcendental meditation course, etc. But that's why I'd say, yeah, just find a guided meditation, or talk to somebody who you know who maybe meditates, or find a group that meditates, and just trying to calm the mind down, because it will help a lot. So obviously positive thinking is a first step, and it's a step that we all will instantly jump on, gratitude, etc., and that is fantastic. But as you do that, maybe try and bring meditation to your life just a little bit. If you're doing, like, maybe say 10 minutes a day to start, just to get yourself into the rhythm of it, and hopefully soon you'll start noticing the benefits of it. And I think if you practice it daily, if you practice it enough or as often as you can, then it can really, really benefit your life. And as far as social phobia, depression, anxiety goes, it all stems from an overworked mind, and a mind that is, because there's so many thoughts there, that there's no real control in it. And meditation can bring you back down to that and put you back in control. And yeah, I'd highly recommend it. I know everybody talks about it, but that's my experience with it. That's why I'd recommend to you that maybe you try it, and hopefully you have the same benefits as I've had from it. I'd love to hear if anybody has tried it, or if you're trying it now, what your thoughts are, whatever. Please leave a comment down below, or maybe go to my website, www.carloreilly.com. The link again is down below. I've written a blog about the whole anxious mindset traffic metaphor, which there's a link as well that you can read. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. Thank you.